Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Milos and I'm one of the founders of Enviro. Today we're going to be going through the AWS S3 integration that we have created for Botpress. I want to give the Botpress team a quick shout out for getting this integration up and running very quickly. It is now available for public use. In this video, we'll guide you through the setup of the integration, Amazon S3 buckets, and getting your AWS credentials. This is a really good feature for companies that are already leveraging Amazon and want to maybe add a few more features to their own chatbots. So we'll cover everything from the integration itself, Amazon setup, and we'll go through a demo of the integration's actions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next section. All right, guys, so for this section, we're going to go through getting the integration from the Botpress Hub. First thing you're going to want to do is go to the Botpress Hub and find the AWS S3 integration. It might not be here, so you might have to search for it. Once you're here, you're going to click on it and then install on your workspace. It'll take you to another page where you're going to have the option to pick which workspace and which bot that you want to put this on. You're going to select the ones that you want and then click Add to Bot. This is going to take a second to load, but once this loads, you'll click Go to Bot, which will then open up the configuration screen. If you already know how to fill these in, feel free to do so. If not, stay tuned for the next section where I'll show you where to get these. All right, so for the next part of this video, we're going to set up your AWS S3 with some buckets so you can play around with the bot. You'll want to log into your AWS management console and navigate to the S3 service. We're just going to want to make one bucket. The other one we're going to be creating from the bot. So click on Create Bucket, leave it as a general purpose bucket. You're going to want to enter a unique bucket name. And when I say unique, I mean a name that no one else using S3 has. And then when you enter your name, you're going to want to leave the rest of these options as default. They're not really pertinent to our use case right now. If you're familiar with AWS, you can play around with them. Scroll to the bottom and then just click Create Bucket. And then you'll see it show up here in your general purpose buckets. It's now ready to use, so you can open it up and click Upload. From here, you can add some random files. My bucket that I created before, I just have a PNG and a JPEG that I will use for the following demos. So now that you're ready to go, we're going to go into the AWS credentials and set those up for you. All right, guys, so I'm going to move kind of quick with this one. Feel free to pause the video wherever you want. But from your AWS management console, navigate to your IAM service. From here, you're going to be open the users page. Select the user that you want. All right, so it is normally bad practice to use the root account of AWS, so I highly recommend creating a new user from the top right. Open up your user and go to the security credentials page. From here, you're going to create a new access key. These don't really matter too much, so you can click Other and then Next. You can skip the tags as well, and from here you have your access key and your secret access key. What you can do is copy those to a text file, or you can download the CSV and save them for later. You can click on Done when you're finished here saving the keys, and then you're going to open up your AWS S3 integration page on Botpress. You're going to copy over your access key ID. You're going to copy over your secret access key ID. And then you can enter the region. This can be any region, but for our purposes, we'll just stick to US East 1, as that is the closest region to me. Save the configuration, and then now you're ready to use the integration in your own bot. You should have all the actions, and it shouldn't cause you any issues. All right, guys, so let's get into the meat of this video. I'm going to be going through the first sequence of a bit of the actions that we're going to show you. So in this demo sequence, I'm going to be showing you the list bucket, list object, get object, and delete object actions. We're going to see how those work together to change the buckets in the AWS S3. So from our bot here, this is the main menu, and as you can see, we have a bunch of CRUD options. CRUD is just create, read, update, and delete options. First thing we're going to do is go to the read operations, and we're going to click on list buckets. So this action is going to show us the buckets that we have in our S3 repository, pretty much. So right here are all of the S3 buckets. From here, we're going to select list objects. I'm going to type in the Enviro Botpress AWS S3 demo bucket, and this is going to show me all the objects that are in this bucket. So from here, we can see that there are two objects. If I click right here, you're going to see again, there are two objects. Next thing we're going to do is the get object. So let's get an object from this bucket. What we're going to want to get is the Enviro logo. So let's copy our enviro Botpress bucket. We're going to copy the key of the image that we want to get. And then this is going to provide us with a download link. So the actual action returns a link. However, you're going to want to make this a little prettier when you're using it in your bot. So put this behind a card with an image and then add a button so that the user can then click this button and get taken to the image on S3. From here, you can simply just save the image and then you're good to go. So this is just the first few actions that I've shown you. In the next sequence, you're going to go through a few more involving the delete and the update and creating new buckets. I'll show you the actions right here on the side of Botpress. These are all of them. And let's get into some of these in the next demo. All right, guys, so for this next section, I'm going to show you the demo actions for the second sequence. So in this one, I'm going to be demoing the listing again, creating a new bucket, copying objects, deleting objects, and then finally, we're going to delete multiple objects at the same time. So let's go to the read here and let's list the buckets we have. So right here, it will show us all the buckets we have again. What we actually want to do is go back and create a new bucket. We'll go to create operations, select the create a bucket, and again, give this a unique name. So we're just going to call it Botpress Enviro copy from bucket. All right, and now we're going to pick the region. Let's just keep it in US East 1 for simplicity. And now that this bucket is created, it'll return a success message. If we refresh our S3 buckets over here, we're going to see that this bucket was created right here. So Botpress Enviro copy from bucket. Cool. So now we're going to put some images in here using the copy function. We're going to exit. We're going to go back to the update operations. And from here, you're going to have copy object. Now, if you remember in the Enviro Botpress AWS S3 demo, we have a bunch of PNGs and JPEGs. So we're going to name this as our source bucket. So we'll drag that right in. And we're going to copy the Botpress logo this time. So just copy the key. Then we're going to go back to our buckets and go to the new one that we created. So the Botpress Enviro copy from bucket. As you can see, it's empty. So we'll take that as a source, or as a destination, sorry. And we're going to enter a name. So we're going to call it copied object Botpress.png. And then the action card is going to return a success message. If we refresh the Botpress, we can see that the object is right here. If we have a look at the URL, oops, I don't think I have permissions. So let me just download it here. And if I open it right here, it's the Botpress logo. Cool. Now let's remove this object. So if I exit and I go to the delete operations, it's going to give me two options. So we can either delete the object or delete multiple objects. So for the first one, let's just do delete object. We're going to take the bucket name, we'll take the key of the object, which is copied object Botpress PNG. We'll click enter. And now if we go back into our bucket, we'll see that it's returned true. So now the object is gone. Awesome. So now let's go back to the buckets and let's show you the delete multiple object. So for this one, it actually takes in comma separated values. So if we go to our Enviro Botpress AWS S3 demo, we're going to enter this as our bucket name that we want to work in. We're going to enter the keys of both objects that we want, and we're going to separate them with a comma. So make sure to add this comma, don't put any spaces, and keep them like this. So if we press enter now, it's going to return a success message that the objects were deleted. If we do a refresh right here, we'll see that there are no longer any objects. There's a few more options here. However, this is more for people that know how to use AWS S3. You can delete bucket policies, you can delete websites if you have any hosted on Amazon S3. And that's pretty much all. I can show you some of the action cards and how they look right here. So if we go to the delete object, for example, you're going to enter your bucket name and your bucket key. Again, we kept these very simple so that beginners can use Amazon S3 and start getting into the cloud. With these actions, you really do have complete control over your S3 storage directly from Botpress, and you can make some pretty cool apps with this. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next section. All right, so in this final section, I very quickly want to show you the code repository for the integration. This is a public repo, so if anyone wishes to make any additions or improvements, you can simply fork the project from the top right, make your changes, we will review them and merge them into the next version. File uploads are coming soon to Botpress, so we're going to want to make that addition into the AWS S3 integration so that you can actually upload files to the integration instead of just getting them. So be on the lookout for that. If you guys have any questions, the link will be in the description below, and feel free to message us if you have any issues. All right, so I hope you guys found this video useful. I will link the integration below along with all of the resources that I used. If you wish to work with us, you can visit our website and schedule a call, or you can just send us an email and we can work something out from there. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, leave us a like, it helps out a lot, and let us know what you guys want to see next. We have some more integrations coming soon. Thanks.